All right, today we're going to look at a pretty fascinating approach to learning a language. One that promises to get you speaking Haitian Creole not in months or weeks, but in just a few hours. Yep, it's called Kreglish, and it might just change how you think about picking up a new language altogether.
I mean, we've all had that thought, right? That dream of just landing somewhere new and poof, you can instantly connect with people in their own language. It's a great wish, but we all know the reality is usually a whole lot more complicated.
Let's be real. Learning a new language can feel like trying to climb a huge mountain. There are so many new rules, new sounds, it can get overwhelming fast. And this quote right here from Jacques Julmes, the creator of the very method we're talking about, he just nails that feeling. It's a huge challenge, and honestly, it stops a lot of us before we even really get started. But what if there was another way in? Maybe even a shortcut.
And that brings us to the solution he came up with, a method called Kreglish. The name itself is a blend of Creole and English, and that's a massive clue as to how this whole thing works.
So what is Kreglish exactly? Well, according to its creator, it's all about building a bridge for English speakers. It's designed to make that jump into Haitian Creole feel almost, seamless, like it's built on a foundation you already have.
And you have to understand, this isn't just some clever gimmick. It really comes from a place of deep personal connection for him. Jacques Julmes calls Creole his mother tongue, a precious gift that he wants to share with everyone in the most accessible way he can.
And here it is. This is the big, bold promise that gets everyone's attention. Not just speaking, but speaking, reading, and writing Creole in a few hours. It's a claim that, let's be honest, sounds almost too good to be true. So how on earth does it actually work?
Okay, let's get into the nuts and bolts of this. The real magic of Kreglish is just how simple it is. It's all about phonetics, basically using English words and letters to help you pronounce Creole phrases.
Let's try it out right now. Take a super common phrase like, "we are coming." Now, just think about it. How would you even begin to say that in a language you've never heard before? Seems pretty tough, right?
Well, with Creolish, you just read the phrase, nap Vinny. Seriously, say it out loud just like you're reading English. Nap Vinny. It sounds incredibly close to the actual Creole phrase, nap Vinny. See? It's like an instant phonetic key. All right, that was cool. Let's do another one. This is a question you'd use in pretty much any conversation. What did you say? How would Kreglish handle this one? The Kreolish version is ki Saudi. Just say those two super familiar English words, ki and Saudi, and you've basically just spoken the Creole phrase ki Saoudi. It's such a clever hack of your own pronunciation. Okay, how about a phrase that's absolutely essential for any traveler or guest? Thank you for everything. This one looks a little bit longer, but don't worry, the principle is exactly the same. So the Kreglish version is merci pour tout bagay. Now, I know it looks a little weird written down, but just say it out loud. Merci pour tout bagay. It flows right into the actual Creole phrase. Merci pour tout bagay. You could hear that connection instantly. It's kind of wild. So that's the whole idea. That's the core of it. You don't have to memorize a bunch of complex grammar rules right at the beginning. You just read the Kreglish text as if it were English, and bam, you're speaking Creole. It's a bridge built from sounds you already know how to make. But of course, the real test of any new method is, does it actually work for real people? So let's see what some of the learners who've actually tried Kreglish have to say about it.
Wow, this is a pretty powerful one to start with. Gary Wargo says he was speaking Creole within the first hour. That speaks directly to that big, bold promise we saw earlier. It suggests that, this method really delivers on speed. And this one from Ebony Carzo, this highlights a totally different kind of success. She's comparing a few sessions of Kreglish against 10 years of just being around the language. It really suggests that this kind of active, targeted learning, even with a simple method, can be way more effective than just passive exposure. I love this one from Carmel. It's such a great little story. It shows the method isn't just effective, but it's also accessible and fun enough for a kid to pick up and start using in a totally modern way, like texting. It turns language learning into a game. And finally, Travis really sums up the whole appeal here. It feels natural because it's using what you already know, and it breaks the language down into bite-sized pieces. That avoids that overwhelming feeling that so often comes with trying to learn something totally new. So what's the big takeaway here? What are the core principles that make a system like Kreglish actually, click for so many people? Well, it really all comes down to a few key ideas. First, it creates that seamless transition from English by breaking everything down into manageable little steps. Then, it helps build this really positive, practical mindset where mistakes aren't failures, they're just learning experiences. The whole point is to get you to actually speak and connect, using culturally immersive examples that'll actually stick with you.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. I mean, sure, Kringlish is designed for Haitian Creole, but could this kind of phonetic bridging, this simple, clever trick, be applied to other languages too? It's a method designed to build that initial confidence and get you talking from day one. Could it fundamentally change how we take those first, crucial steps into a whole new language? It's a really exciting idea to think about.